Hello and welcome to Nerdarchy for Nerds by Nerds. I am Nerdarchist Ted. This is the Untraditionally Arcane game that we've been running for quite some time, session 16. Before we get into all of these wonderful people, who they're playing and where you might be able to find them, there's links to everybody in the description. As you may or may not know, this is Untraditionally Arcane. This is a game where all the players are indeed wizards of an untraditional sort. None of them are the 8 schools of magic. Some of them are homebrew, some of them are third-party stuff, some of them are, just the not traditional wizards. This game is sponsored by Easy Roller Dice, as you can kind of see up in the thing over here. You can find also in the description a link to Easy Roller Dice and a promo code to get 20% off your first order. Whether it's your first set of dice or your 1 million set of dice, Easy Roller Dice for all your dice rolling needs. They're my dice of choice. I love them. I use them in all my games, and I think you should too. So before we get into our recap and what have you, I always throw it out to the players, let them introduce themselves, who they're playing, where you might find them. And because he's such an awesome person for producing this game and has done so for a while, I always throw it to Jake first.
Hey, internets. It's Jake from Any Terrain Domain. And that's where you can find me when I'm not here. I run the Scribes and Scrolls Candlekeep Mysteries campaign on Monday nights. And the Dawnbringers, our long-running mishmash of campaign modules that we've been playing for almost 4 years. Ed is a part of. We are in our 6th season, Wild Beyond the Witchlight. Also, I have just recently started up doing mini painting live streams again, lunchtime live streams and occasional crafting live streams. There is no set schedule other than usually anywhere from 0 to 3 or 4 times a week. I might decide I'm gonna paint, or whenever I feel like. And I'm playing Ordo, the Dwarven beer.
Who you gonna throw it to?
Robin.
Oh, I'm never second. Okay. Hello, I'm Robin. I write weird fiction. Please go read weird fiction. I will be playing Chessaline, Drow Bladesinger, turned necromancer, who has spent the break innovating. Asa.
Hi, I'm Asa. I am with Roll for Mischief. We stream on Twitch on Tuesdays. We stream D&D. But occasionally I will play Elden Ring on there as well. And I play Joshua, the Tiefling onomancer, and I'm currently hoping that my computer doesn't just die on me because the cord says not charging. So with that lovely news, I'm going to ask Carlos who he is and what he's up to.
Hi, what's good, internet? My name is Carlos Rivera. I run the Volcanic Knight YouTube channel where I help you play like an adult. I'm playing Phlox Fine Feather, your human Order of the Peacock wizard, one of Nerdarchy's frankly fun classes to play. I'm having a blast playing this wizard. And with that, I will throw it off to Fraginator.
Hello, I'm Fraginator. I will be playing Carl. He's a rune casting fairy. Rune casting is another Nerdarchy subclass, and we'll see if I can manage to figure out how to cast runes and not forget pretty much every ability like I did with Order of the Scribes.
Right. So if you happen to have missed the last session, there might have been a doozy because Fraginator was not playing Carl last time.
Yes, I was.
Well, at the start, end of the you were, but previously, if you missed last session, you missed Carl's introduction into the world or into this particular game. So last session started off with where the last one ended. The illusion dragon that you guys had befriended let you know that there was some kind of traitor in your midst. And it turned out that Avtok, the Loxodon, wasn't really who he thought or who you all thought he was, and there was actually some kind of intellect devourer inside his brain or inside his noggin And it was pretty much just a fight it out, duke it out battle between you guys trying to bring down this aforementioned traitor. Sadly, Avtok did fall in the fight and expired. Joshua, once the brain was actually defeated, wound up being incredibly remorseful about the brain as he found out that the friend that he had in Avtok was entirely the personality, whether it was a lie or not, just the brain and not the Loxodon. So he actually brought the brain back and was quite saddened at the loss of his friend. Chessaline, not wanting to leave the Loxodon behind, animated Avtok and brought him away from the area of the arcane vessel, if you will, before you all ported back into the Goltaloth, the tower where all of the mages reside. And at that point in time, that is when Ordo was quite startled by some extra weight in his beard that just brought to his attention. And he kind of did this, and out came Carl. So there was a little bit of an introduction. He said that he'd been following, was interested in joining in the quest in a, capacity of whatever you might be interested in. And people began to part ways. At that point in time, Chessaline took Avtok and disappeared. You have not seen her or Master Raylith since. What are the rest of you doing?
Well, the real question I have is, do I have any moments left my polymorph as an ape?
I would say it is over.
Okay. Well, can I spend the last 30 minutes resting in a tree?
You are inside a wizard's tower. You go out to the garden, you might be able to find a tree that you can rest in for 20 minutes, sure.
What self-respecting wizard tower doesn't have its own tree?
There is a nice garden, as I've described before. So yes, there are trees. I mean, to some extent, there is a place where food is grown here. So yes, you can find those kinds of things.
Well, yeah, like I think I find myself just relaxing, enjoying nature, enjoying dumbing down my brain for the last few minutes, just not having a care in the world.
Sure.
I think Carl would be zipping around the library area, looking at all the books. But I've never seen so many books. And holy cow, they're actually real. There weren't any real books in the last place I was at. Except for my spellbook, of course.
So you find an elven woman. She's wearing a yellow sash with silver flowers over her very pale blue dress, kind of coming up towards you. I've not seen you around here before. What, pray tell, are you doing here?
Flying, looking at books. What are you doing here?
This is our tower. Who brought you here?
Do I see any of the people I came with?
That depends. What is Joshua, Fox, and Ordo doing? You guys disperse, or any one of you go to the library?
No, Joshua takes a bottle of wine and a cheese plate to his room.
If I don't see anyone, I'll be like, and cast invisibility.
I'm probably still in the library, but I am in a corner of the library with my mentor, Glorianne Beardsilk, and I have made my beard completely. I've taken off the beard girding armor, and my beard is completely, like, every beard hair is pointing out in every direction. And Glorianne is looking around in there, and I'm like, please, just tell me he didn't poop in there. I don't know what else he was doing while he was in there. Everything that's stored in my beard normally is laid out on the table. And Mustachio, my familiar, has a little like cloth, like lens cleaning cloth, and is wiping down all of the tools and accessories and everything. Because I don't know what that little fairy guy Carl was doing while he was what's the word I'm looking for? You're not supposed to be on a when you're not supposed to be on a what? No.
Trespassing?
No, when you're not, like when you get on a boat or a plane and you're not supposed to be there. What's the word?
Stowaway.
I could not think of that word.
So I imagine that you've gone to like an empty table and your beard and your hands are like all working together to empty, using your beard hand spell, and what have you. And it's almost like a beard of holding the amount of things and braids and beads and what have you, taking you quite a while, but also making quite a lot of noise. And I won't even require a check. Yes, Carl, you are able to see that Ordo is off to the side, making quite a racket, quite perturbed when this woman asks what you are and what you're doing.
That guy there, the one with the beard, he brought me here. I take a drag off my cigar.
So she looks at you. Please don't smoke in the library. There are quite expensive books in here that we don't want to see damaged. She calls out Ordo's name, and Ordo, you interacted with Etiye Moonflower, at least in passing a couple of times. This is the wood elven enchanter. She tries to get confirmation as to what this thing is. Why is it here?
In my beard. Don't know how long it was there, or I'm sorry. He, is that correct? I look over at him. I
just shrug.
Were in my
whatever.
They were in my beard. Without permission. For who knows how long. I have to clean everything. All got to be sanitized. I don't know who they are.
I'm clean. I took a shower like 3.5 weeks ago.
Mustachio, start again. Wash everything twice.
Carl, you said it is?
That'll do.
And why have you stowed away into our beardomancer friend's beard?
Have you met a dragon before?
Yes.
Have you been stuck with the dragon for like hundreds of years straight, heard the same stories thousands and thousands of times, and you're not sure any of them are true because it's an illusionary dragon?
I can't say that I have.
That's why I left.
Oh, God.
Are you trying to lie?
I am not. Unless I'm not hundreds of years old, and then yes.
I could not tell you how long fairies are supposed to live. I don't think it's supposed to be hundreds of years, but you know what?
I'm assuming Feywild shenanigans.
we can go with it. I'm fine with that. So she gives you a look, and it's a very heavy look.
How you doing?
So what are you trying to do? Are you looking to just be gone? And she gestures in a direction that the rest of you would know would be the front door? Or is there some other purpose for your being here?
I mean, to be honest, originally my only plan was getting out, and I don't even remember how many there were, to be honest, but the few of them seemed like a really good way out. Are you kicking me out? Like, is this not a place of learning? Can I learn?
Well, generally it is.
Please don't make me go.
Generally, one has to be accepted within here and brought in by a mentor, a master, a teacher.
I give big doe eyes to Ordo. Go,
Are you in fact a wizard?
yeah.
And tell what type of wizardry magic do you prefer?
Have you heard of runes?
Yes, I have heard of runes.
Yeah, I do that instead.
You do that and stuff.
Yeah.
Ordo, do you wish to have this Carl, my apologies, be a part of your group, or are we expected to find a teacher for him? Them?
It would. How did this? How did they become my responsibility?
I could ask the others. You're the only one here. And I don't know this individual, and he has come without a master. This is quite unorthodox.
Unorthodox is sort of our modus operandi. We are rather untraditional here. This is not a decision that I can make on my own, but one decision that I can make is that Carl does not take up residence in anyone's beards or robes or otherwise without seeking permission first.
He kind of looks up and I can work with that.
All right, so Etier kind of turns away, and you see her gesture and mouth something, and
Counterspell. No, I'm just kidding.
within a few moments, a simple, robed person comes in. You haven't learned all of what the different colors and stuff mean, but it's a young human, and they come in, and Etier is like, look, for the time being, watch this one, make sure he does not get into trouble. She turns back to you, Carl. You damage any books and you will make quite a number of powerful wizards angry at you. You don't want that, do you?
I'll be on my best behavior. Fairy's honor.
I don't think those two words typically go together, but sure.
Don't tell anyone.
She, the barely noticeable nod of head, turns to Ordo. When you have had a chance to consult with your allies, please let me know what is to be done with Carl. I did not mean to hoist the decision upon your shoulders entirely. Know that all of us here are incredibly thankful for the work that you and yours have already done so far. And she looks like she's still trying to talk, and just turns and walks away with a nod of her head that's deeper than what she nodded at the.
I use Druidcraft to light my cigar again and look at Ordo. I think that went well. How about you?
Under the circumstances, probably. I do think you should exercise caution with your cigar around the books. Also, I owe you an apology. I was a bit hasty.
I owe you an apology too.
I was a bit hasty. It was quite a shocking surprise to find somebody suddenly within my beard. My beard, man!
I'm sorry. I didn't know it was so special to you. It just looks so soft and fluffy, and I wanted to feel it, and then I kind of got stuck.
Seek,
It seems to have a mind of its own.
seek first consent. The words do well to live by. I heard you telling Etienne that you were looking for a way out. That makes you a bit of a refugee from the Feywild, then.
I went from a stowaway to a refugee. I'm not sure if that's an improvement.
Well, the point is, I apologize for my harsh judgment of.
And I apologize for my unwanted stowage in your beardness. Oh, apologizing is hard. Are we done?
Yes, we can be done with that. I would encourage you to make introductions, or I can introduce to the rest of our party. Wherever they may be up to. Any of them are. Last I saw Phlox in a tree. And I will continue organizing with less I guess in a less disgruntled manner, a little more calmly, organizing all my belongings and rebraiding my beard and such.
Sitting in the table in front of you, you'll find a small orchid that I made bloom with Druidcraft after I fly away, as an apology. Because that's how I really apologize, is with obnoxiously ornate flowers.
Fox, make a dexterity save. Disadvantage.
All right, well, I already wrote an 11, so let me see. Nope, 11's the worst.
right.
12 total.
All right. So you revert back to your human form and promptly fall out of a tree.
Oh, those were the best few moments I had to stretch before this moment.
You take 3 points of damage as you land on your hips and back.
Oh no, my dancing hip. I need those to dance. Well, I guess enough of that now. As I make my way back into the Citadel.
If you're over 30, those will be the longest lasting you've ever taken.
So
what is Phlox doing? Anything in particular?
yeah, he's gonna go to the library, and I guess if Carl and Ordo are still there, I may meet up with them.
Okay. You definitely do see them, as well as a simple robed human that is watching intently the ferry, whatever they're deciding to do, are being watched.
I whip out my fan and blow away the smell of cigar.
Hey, fancy guy, what happened to you?
Oh, yeah, I fell out of a tree.
Oh
That's what you
dear.
get for hanging around too much. But yeah. Hi. Pleasure meeting your acquaintance. I was the big guy earlier. You may recognize me and I'm kind of like do a hands out. Remember, kind of like that when you first met.
Are you in pain?
Just a little bit. But nothing a good stretch can't kink out.
Get well soon, and you can have 6 hit points from a healing word.
My guy, yes. Oh my god, poggers, thank you.
Are you telling me that Carl heals with Hallmark greeting card sayings?
Have you not noticed I'm just a walking cliche here?
Oh,
Sorry, flying cliche.
and he's like, yeah, I immediately feel better. Thank you.
You're welcome. And I look at Ordo and go, apparently I also do stuff with healing, not just flowers. I forgot. Okay, then, bye. And I fly away.
Like right through my scarf. Okay.
Definitely not flying away and editing the scene because I just got food here and don't want anyone to see me stuff my face on camera. Be right back.
All right, so we can do as much, interpersonal role-playing stuff as you guys want. We can fast track as much as you guys want. This is, as much your game as mine. So what are you all looking to do?
Well,
Everyone but Chess, because I know what they're doing.
Well, I was actually checking out the spell Mordekainen's Faithful Hound.
Okay.
Under
Now, do you want the Mordekainen's specific version or just the Faithful Hound?
Could I make it a Faithful Peacock? But you have the same mechanics, but I just want like a giant peacock. And
done. Anytime you want to alter a visual aspect of a spell, I'm here for it. Like, especially in this game, like this is the time to do it. So
thank you. I will learn that and write that.
So you guys, as always, have full access to the library. Anything that's there. If there's spells that you want to try and create, obviously that's best to be done in between sessions, and send it my way for a stamp of approval. Before we kind of get into it. But that kind of stuff is done. It's gonna definitely take time to learn and transcribe a 4th level spell into your book.
Mm-hmm.
Joshua, Ordo, anything in particular you guys are looking to do?
Joshua is going to hide away in his room and probably drink a bottle and a half of wine on his own.
All right,
And
so
be
that's
very
gonna
inebriated.
that's gonna put you through till tomorrow morning. Go ahead and give me a Constitution saving when you wake up.
All right. Which dice do I want to use tonight?
One that's gonna give the humorous result.
It's a humorously high result.
Oh, okay.
Is that humorous?
No.
It's a 17. Where's my bonus? There we go. It's just 18.
All right. So you don't have any more ridiculous effects than what you would expect from the typical hangover. And there was no crazy wonky. You didn't grab some incredibly potent drink.
Oh. Yeah. Well, that's my evening.
All right. So a couple of days wind up going by. Let's see here. All right. So four days transpire. All the different spell research and spell transcribing that any of you are looking to do are done. Getting rid of a hangover or trying to locate each other. Seems like you've all kind of gone in separate directions before Joshua finally emerges from his room and Chessaline emerges from wherever she was, and the lot of you are able to kind of reconnect.
Joshua looks particularly disheveled, as an aside that he does not look immaculate, and he is sporting a very impressive beard, given that you haven't seen him very much over the last few days.
Now you have to be careful how you say that when a beardomancer is part of the party.
The one thing that Josh has been doing aside from drinking has been applying the beard cream that he was given.
Drunkenly, so it's on his chest hair.
It's just all the way down.
Got it to his eyebrows.
All right, so
I like
I would say in 4 days you've got an impressive beard, but probably not a very impressive. I mean,
Oh, it's a mess too. So Ordo would probably be offended by it.
Not necessarily offended.
Chess is.
You were saying, Jake?
Sorry, my internet is.
You have a frozen, Jake?
Hear me now.
Yes.
There's a very long pause when you respond to what I say.
Oh no.
Now it seems a little quicker. Just for a moment there, it got really. Go ahead, Jess. I'm checking.
Well, Chess turns up, just seeming extremely confident. She takes her seat at the library table, at the table that we usually sit in, and she's just like all shoulders back, and it pretty much looks like she owns the world right now. So.
Blocks sees Joshua come out like and immediately kind of like that best friend that won't let you go out wearing the wrong pairs of shoes and slacks. He immediately presses hesitation. Oh no, we're gonna try all over again right now and try to tidy him up.
What do you? That's you like pull some food out of his beard. I was saving that for later.
Why are you like this?
What are we gonna do? Come on.
My best friend is a flying brain.
Oh.
Hey, I'm not a brain.
You're
Listen.
not. When did we get talking birds?
we need to get to the assembly hall. Come on, please, let's go. Kind of like guiding his drunk friend.
I don't think Joshua's wearing pants.
Oh no!
I probably look like the dude.
Don't worry, neither am I.
Joshua, if you have a moment.
Do we know how much time we have before we're supposed to congregate? Like
This has always been at your disposal. Like you are technically doing the tower a favor. Like they told you like this is your deal. So like if they call together when you guys are ready to actually report together, or you guys want to address the entire council, usually you just tend to interact with one master or a couple of masters at a time, just as people are kind of passing through here and there.
I take my robe and I'm like, Joshua, please wear this.
He is really very drunk, isn't he?
It smells.
Without him saying a word, I just start tying it around his waist like, come on, let's go.
Okay, so am I to take it that you are taking charge of making sure he doesn't make an ass out of all of us?
I am trying.
Do you need an extra pair of hands?
Liz.
Okay. I look at the fairy who has very tiny hands, and then I glance to Ordo and I'm like, is it going to be you or me?
I cast enlarge on myself. Now mine are the same size as yours. What now?
Okay, you are more than welcome to be on Joshua duty.
Oh, I wasn't planning on helping. I just didn't want to look.
Oh no, but you're huge now, so now you get to be on Joshua duty.
Hell.
You're just. It's a pleasure to meet you too. I'll give you the California howdy.
So, what
This is
precisely
very
is this
offensive
meeting?
to an order of the Peacock.
What precisely is this meeting going to be about?
It's gonna be about pizza.
Yeah.
Just come here. Get out of here.
Left foot, right foot, left foot,
Okay, wait.
right foot.
Are
Wait,
we
what are the feet
talking
for?
about abjuration? Because that is what we decided to do next. Is that what we're discussing, or is this about something else?
I abjure.
Okay.
Right?
I think we're doing abjuration.
Okay.
That's what I believe we are doing. Yes.
I
So
imagine there's a bit of discourse. Like I know, like out of game, you guys discussed, abjuration, but there really wasn't a whole lot of time in game for the characters to kind of go back and forth with it. So I imagine there's a little bit of, trying to come up with reasoning with, oh, well, why this, why that,
okay.
and I can only imagine that there's going to be some moments of hilarity with explaining exactly what is going on to, the flying fey creature and having to re-explain things to the somewhat drunk Tiefling. This scene right here by itself, could be its own, ridiculous comic. But putting that aside, you get to the eventuality.
So what I am trying to figure out was more like, are we calling this meeting to explain that we're keeping Carl, or are we calling this meeting about official things?
Would have thought
No
that would
reason-
be official.
No reason it can't be both.
Okay, both is good. Let's hit
Also-
the button.
Also,
Fruit mascot.
the first time you see Ordo after this period of 4 days that has gone by, my beard is a very brilliant turquoise.
Ooh.
Oh, that is lovely.
I have used a shampoo of a cream of color
Cream
change.
of color change. Nice.
And decided to experiment with the colors. For the next month, it will look like this. I didn't want you to be shocked. I probably also changed my robes to be complementary. So, while my beard is turquoise, I'm probably wearing shades of orange and.
I like it.
I'm
It's
a
very
big fan of
summery.
Now
I'm a
that
big
we've
fan of
established
turquoise
that-
and orange, so.
Now that we've
When
established that I
streamed,
look
my
good.
dog ran out of the room like in a panic.
Oh, no.
I demand fan art of Ordo now.
You hear that? Carlos Society demands fan art. So if you happen to be watching this and you're an artist, we need a dwarven beardomancer with a turquoise
Absolutely.
beard and shades of orange robes.
My beard looks white because I'm old, on the precipice of death.
Don't say that so close to me. I walk.
I'll mutter something about wondering if she can smell death.
Mm.
So as you leave the library, there was just a brief talk about abjuration, and you nearly run into Locke, the Warforged, wearing a single sash of nondescript blue.
It's almost like you came on cue.
He doesn't get to wear pants. Why do I have to?
Coming from the other room, you hear a response. I don't have a biological anatomy.
That's unfortunate.
Did
How
I?
do you experience things?
There has been some discussion in the library. Here's that you are considering going after the tablet of protection,
Yes,
vessel of abjuration.
indeed.
Mhm.
Well, I would be the one to give you information. So I would.
Yes, please. And I'll
Yes.
step back into the library.
Of the arcane vessels, this one should be your easiest to retrieve. I have actually seen it myself, and many of the masters here have traveled to the kingdom of Dralic, where it has been for, I believe, 200 years, been in the possession of the royal wizard, with just with just a simple writ from gold cloth here. You should be able to easily to port right into the castle itself and get a meeting and see what is going on with the tablet. Be back within a day, 2 tops.
What kind of kingdom is this?
I don't follow your efforts.
The people who live there, like what people are they?
Humans?
Okay, yes, that is what I meant. Thank you.
I'm sorry. There are so many different directions that line of thinking could go.
I should have been clearer.
These
Okay.
species could be, views of the world. It could be what kind of religious bent are they? So on and so forth.
So there has to be a catch here.
Well, like I said, I don't know what the problem would be,
Okay.
but I had to urge my fellow masters of dealing with this one first, but they put forth their own views. You, of course, had the ultimate say as to the direction you were looking to go.
Well, hopefully it's as easy as it sounds.
One can indeed hope. I imagine that I've spoken with Etier, Master Enchanter, that this new individual might be accompanying you. Has that been come to a decision?
Oh, well, I found him quite helpful, and I look at the others questioningly.
I look at Order with doe eyes again.
Every time you do that, I just give you a side eye.
Should I take the silence as yes, or should I take the silence as in a negative response and we need to either find him a master or show him to the door as the
I turn invisible.
Oh. Okay, now you can't be doing that. Is anyone opposed?
Hey,
Opposed to the bird coming with us? It's a bird.
Well, he is on Joshua duty.
He is indeed on Joshua duty. We need him, at least for now.
And so let it be said that at least for the time being is we work with you.
I'm on like a trial basis.
We'll let you know if that changes.
You'll let me know first, right?
Of course.
Okay, good.
We will, in the meantime, try to see if we might be able to find in the vein of your particular school of magic.
Good luck.
Excuse me?
I said nothing. You can't see me.
You certainly spoke. I heard your voice. It sounded like you called my name.
Definitely a figment of your imagination.
Is
Please
this,
stop gaslighting the Warforged.
is this one trying to invoke humor?
Possibly.
Gestures to the side where
And smacks me.
the fairy is and dispels your invisibility.
No.
Holds up a sign,
is
no
an
humor are
abjurer.
allowed.
Yes, comedy is a form of art.
Yes, but generally comedy is funny.
Oh!
Oh, Ted,
I'm
take
gonna-
a point of inspiration.
I'm gonna cast
I-
healing word on myself for the psychic damage Carl just took.
Oh, I believe I
You
have.
watch as the Warforge smirks.
Carl, I believe I have some
Go ahead,
burn
Jake.
ointment.
I appreciate that.
Now, I'm not certain. I've been apprised as to the fate of your Loxodon companion. It is a shame that has happened, but apparently there was more to that than we were to be aware of.
Oh, there certainly was, and I'm sure we'll be going over that at the meeting.
Wait, there's meetings?
Yes.
Ah, crap.
If anything, I think Avtok was the minutes keeper. So if you're going to replace him, you know, as the order of the scribe, he script everything down.
So I came from the Feywild. Time doesn't really work there the way it does here. I don't know anything about minutes.
Oh, that's okay. You don't have to.
Well-
All you have to do is write down everything everyone says. I say sliding right into this hazing.
It's kind of like runes, but instead of just invoking magic, you're taking account of time.
So I can read like pretty much anything. I'm not gonna say I don't know how to write. I just my hand cramps. I
Draw
don't know if that's gonna
pictures.
work for me. That's basically just writing without letters.
Trial basis, right?
Yep.
Some turns it around.
I take out a pen and go, look, I can write. No healing for flocks.
I could keep notes and
oh, Lord.
stenographers if need be.
You know, I think that is a great idea, but you have to focus on it entirely and not speak while you do it.
If I
So-
speak, then I have to note what I say.
Yes.
So
I will
the
hand him a tablet.
so Locke turns to Joshua, and he looks you like straight in the face. What is wrong?
I'm sad. My friend was a brain, not an elephant. But now he's gone. You're a very big man. I never noticed.
He gestures for a moment in front of you and speaks a word. You are no longer intoxicated.
Oh God, who let me get so? What did I do to my face? I think I'm better off drunk. I don't want to see me like this. I need to get to a shower.
If I could counterspell your feelings away, I would.
The loss of our comrade was very upsetting for him.
It sounds like he is more attached to the brain than to the Loxodon.
Isn't
You
the
should have
brain
seen
also
it.
dead?
The way the brain kind of like came out the trunk, it was pretty cool. It like stretched. Oh, it was gross, but cool.
No, did we not kill that intellect devourer?
He did.
Oh no, it's totally dead.
Joshua was
Okay.
carrying it around when you guys teleported back here.
Mhm.
Don't know what he did with it.
I had asked Ordo to perform a autopsy
Ah,
and see what he could discover. To be honest, I don't know if Ordo was the Loxodon or was the brain. I'm not sure where one ends and the other begins.
well, the information you
neither.
got. The information you got was Avtok, as you knew him, is the brain for the entire.
Right.
Which
how you
honestly,
want
I
to-
would have been fine with, except he attacked us.
Mhm.
Yeah. What did he say again, Chess, about?
I think we need to re-roll the tapes because all I did was turn invisible and then I got
Yeah.
fireball.
I remember taking damage from you before I did damage to you.
I remember you lying, saying, I'm going to cast divination. And that was not divination.
I'm sorry, Asa, what were you saying?
Oh, what did he said a thing, didn't he, to you about something he was trying to do?
Oh, that's right. he was trying to set something up.
Yes.
The information that you were able to gather, there is like a crystalline stone that was on Avtok's person, and he was trying to put it somewhere.
Well, unfortunately, we have no idea where that thing was supposed to go or what it was supposed to do. And honestly, I think that if it were something kosher, if it were something that we would have agreed with him doing, he wouldn't have run.
It's difficult when you find that someone you think is a friend is lying to you for the entire time that you've known them.
I imagine he was afraid. Most people don't like to be around aberrations.
Well,
Elephants aren't that bad.
That would be pachyderms, dear.
Avtok and I always got along quite well. Anyway, who has the thing, the stone thing? Did I keep it? Did I give it to you, Chess?
You wouldn't have given it to me.
I know you have it because all of Avtok's stuff was brought back through the animated body that walked.
In that case, it's probably his master that has it.
Well, we should bring it up in the meeting and make sure his master is aware of it and can look into it. Also, perhaps check to make sure his master is aware of what Avtok was.
Oh, we
should
had a
definitely
conversation about it when I brought his remains back to her.
We should definitely just take it with us and stick it into any place it'll fit. Just saying.
That we'll take it under advisement.
Bird.
Hey, that was my voice, not Carl's voice.
Oh, we'll take it under advisement. That was Robin's voice, not
Is there really a lot of difference?
Nothing bad will ever happen.
I cast read minds, so I take those as your thoughts.
All right, I'll get you in the side chat.
No, I didn't actually cast read minds.
Just
I don't have
now?
a reason to. No, I didn't.
Are you saying he didn't?
Oh,
So at the meeting, I am thinking that we recap what happened to Avtok. We probably shouldn't replay that because we all know what happened to Avtok. We were all there. And then the decision about Carl, which we were also all there for, and then possibly the abjuration discussion. Do we need to discuss?
Here's a hand. I say we wave it.
Okay, so sounds like everybody's in agreement. You're able to do what preparation you need to do in the downtime, considering the temporary assignment. You know, they give Carl the brief rundown as to what exactly is going on and kind of give you the same setup. So you spend a little bit of time again with Etier, and she's able to turn your requested item into a focus for you.
I don't ever go anywhere without this. Can you do it to this?
So, yes, that's what I was trying to let it be a surprise.
I
Oh,
love Carl.
You ruined it.
sorry.
So you have your plus focus. You guys have all the stuff set up, and you're able to set out to the kingdom of Dralic.
If everyone was to take a free 10 hit points before we go out, I'm gonna do the inspiring later before venturing off.
Thank you.
Not a problem. You're gonna keep us up. And yes, even Carl gets some, even though he said he wasn't gonna heal me.
Carl takes out the piece of paper, goes, crosses out Flock's name.
Now it just says does not get healing.
That's just so I can fill in someone else later if I need to. Why do all the extra work?
Fair.
So
Why do all the extra work? Question mark.
Carl
Got it.
will also present something to each of you as we're heading out, and he's gonna hand everyone a stone. Chesseline's, they're about yay big, and Chesseline's has a sword on it. Ordo's has a beard, kind of like the beard inspiration tokens from the Nerdarchy. Anyone who knows will know. Phlox will have a peacock feather, and Joshua, I can't think of anything to go with onomancy name wise for a picture, so it's just a smiley face with horns.
I assumed it would be a bottle of wine since it's about all.
Oh,
you know
that's
about
way better.
Joshua.
It's totally a bottle of wine being dumped on a smiley face with horns. But what this is going to allow you to do is, as long as you have it, we can talk to each other as long as we're on the same places of existence. And I can cast spells through it, so I don't have to be touching you to do stuff like cure wounds.
I mean,
That's
if you wanna touch me, I'm
excellent.
fine with that. You have consent.
So yeah, I say all that kind of crap in character in a very coarse way that makes sense in my personality. Okay, bye. Let's go.
Oh, very cool. So you guys gather together and
Hey, look, I did rune casting stuff.
yeah, you go off to the chamber where the sigil of teleportation is, and yet again you're whisked away through the darkness. Usually you go and you're traveling through darkness, going to portholes. Like you'd see portholes in a ship. And as you go to your destination, you don't even see the porthole that you're whisked into. You feel the solid ground at your feet. There is absolutely no light in the room. You can feel ground, but you can see absolutely nothing.
Close my eyes. What do I hear?
Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Cool. That's gonna be a 12 because I rolled a 12.
All right, so you hear your companions kind of bumping and shoving each other. Hey, don't step on my foot. Hey, that's my elbow.
That's literally just Ordo saying all of that. Is this magical darkness?
It is not.
Dancing lights.
So as you bring light into the room, you find yourself in a very, very dusty chamber. You can see that walls to your right have, you can imagine, windows, but they are completely boarded up through several layers. There is a door to your left. There is some, brightly colored paint that's been somewhat faded. There is a small tapestry that's a little worn and tattered, again, covered in dust. Only one entry or exit, from this room. You do see the sigil that you were expecting, inscribed upon the ground, still alive and intact.
Opening the door.
So you go to the door and it is stuck fast.
I see.
You want me to take care of that?
So you put a shoulder in, and it is clearly barred from the other side.
Cast knock.
Oh.
Oh no.
So you hear a boom as the knock goes off. Door's not locked; it's barred.
Pretty sure knock still does bars. Let me look. I know I have it in here.
I think like if it's like affected with like a magical lock, it opens up and whatnot.
It says that it can be used on anything, padlock, or another object that contains a mundane or magical means to prevent access.
As the
Oh, and it says unlocked, unstuck, or unbarred.
as the boom
Okay.
goes off, I cast silence, but it's probably already too late.
So you hear a massive clatter as loads of things go falling to the floor. The door is now unstuck, but along with that clatter, you begin to hear the sounds of like tromping feet.
Well, here's the real question. Joshua said he just casted silence. Do we hear it?
I'm guessing not. I totally missed that.
I mean, I'm walking out of the room.
So without knowing Joshua casted silence, I'm saying, listen, Carl, I know you're new, but we work as a team here. And then, but he can't hear me because the silence spell.
You just hear me going,
You did explain to us that these little stones we can cast message through.
it's not even message, it's just hearing and talking through. So if it's silenced, they probably don't work.
Oh, okay, because they make an audible sound. I got
They're
you.
walkie-talkies.
Yeah, they're Rocky Talkies, exactly.
Rocky
Rocky Talkies. Oh, that's amazing.
Give that man a point of inspiration. Rocky
I'll
talk.
take it any way I can get it.
Yeah,
Throw
you can,
inspiration
you
at
can
like-
absolutely have an extra inspiration for that.
Nice.
So Chesaline, as you step out of the room, you can see there are, at least a couple of dozen boards with nails in it. This door has been clearly sealed up. You can see the nail holes around the door frame. Totally blanking on words. Along the door frame where they've just apparently been ripped out by the spell that Carl just cast. And you see coming down the hall 4 heavily armed and armored birds. They wear a sash. Are you proficient in history?
Yes. As a matter of
so-
fact, I am very proficient in history.
So you would see a yellow or gold star over a blue field, which is the sigil for the kingdom of Drowlic, which you guys just landed in. And they are, marching with weapons out. And whatever this clatter sound and bang that has just happened here.
Have they seen me?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
there's nothing for you to be hiding behind. You're standing in a doorway next to a pile of, wood with nails as they round the corner.
Easy, gentlemen. We haven't come to pick a fight with you.
Oh my, Draluk, D-R-A-L-U-K.
Okay. That's very different than what I just heard.
Yeah, yep. Mm-hmm.
Kingdom of Drowlich. That's exactly correct.
No,
Roll for initiative.
that
That
was
sounds like a great place. What
one
could possibly
gonna
go
worry
wrong?
me very much, and 2 gonna worry me about how much Chesaline was looking at this place.
What's Chess hiding now, huh?
Well, she did spend, 4 days apart from the rest of you guys, so who knows?
Drowlic, not Drowlich. Drowlic. Okay.
Draluk. So they stop. The fact that you have a weapon, but it is not drawn. They hold 2, but they have got the hallway forward blocked.
Goodness, what were you expecting to come out of that room that you sent so many men?
We came at the clatter. There's a loud noise followed by things falling over.
Ah, yes, that would be because you have bolted your summoning room shut.
That was done for a reason.
I'm sure it was, but we weren't informed, so we didn't know.
I'm sorry. I just knocked. I didn't think anything would go wrong with it.
We didn't know it was bolted shut.
I'll dispel my silence now that I know it's not doing anything but hindering us.
Who are you and what are you doing here?
Right. We come on behalf of what's the name of the tower again? I'm so sorry.
Gultaloth.
We come on the behalf of Galtaloth.
And you guys were giving a writ.
Yeah, I will produce that, but I'm not handing it over yet.
Sure. Yeah. Oh my God, Jake, really? Go to Loth. I mean, fine. There you go.
I'm just suddenly seeing a very drow centric theme here. I blame my bad internet. I'm suddenly hearing things weird.
All right, fine. We've got it. Go to Loth and Drow Lich. That's what the session is tonight, guys. Bring it on. I've
we're level set
right here.
We're gonna
But
fight a bunch of
Ted-
Drow Liches so we can go to Loth.
All right,
I don't have a new character idea yet, though.
I've got a 27 for initiative. What do you guys have?
Oh no.
I'm gonna roll my big
I
D20.
prostrate myself. All right.
At least Carl's on brand. I got a 10.
I plea as a main action.
I got an 8.
So
I
the,
offer booze.
You're gonna try and scare him?
The guard goes over and examines the letter, slightly frustrated or not parting with it, but still somewhat at ease at the fact that you have not done anything that looks to be aggressive as of yet, but you can definitely get the sense that the others behind are, being cautious.
I need to make sure that this gets into the right hands. There's something that has gone amiss with the magic. We're just here to look at the pipes, make sure everything is lined up properly.
Okay. Well,
Cigar, not a pipe.
we can bring you to the court wizard and allow you to get an audience with him based on what this writ says.
Yes, good.
Why would you have your summoning room closed off?
Well, it is from the information that I've been told, is that someone who knows that particular sigil can come into the castle unannounced, and there's nothing we can do to prevent it.
Ta-da!
Yes, I can certainly see why that would be a problem.
So clearly, someone has already done that.
That said, I don't think that nailing the door shut is going to help you very much. We might be able to come up with something that can, however, once we've got our business finished.
Sure. So those of you who are trained in insight, there's definitely unease, in this interaction with this guard. But he takes the lot of you, taking in the tiefling and the drow and the dwarf and the fairy and the human, as quite a spectacle that showed up in their castle, blasted their way through a door.
We didn't blast our way through.
I'm not sure if this makes this worse, but I am absolutely dressed like a necromancer.
Okay.
I have incorporated a skull motif into my robes.
Okay. That would have easily been able to have been done, given the time.
Hot Topic was just across from Go to Loth.
Oh, Lord.
So you're led into a sitting room, and he said, just please, this is rather unorthodox. There was no forewarning, no notice that you were coming. No.
Oh yes, that is entirely understandable. Please take all the time you need.
Our Arumvar definitely has, many things to do, being the royal wizard. He will see you at his convenience.
Okay.
YouTube just
Off.
kicked me out.
About an hour later, somebody comes by and offers some barely could call them refreshments. A little bit of bread and water, maybe some, something else, some so great fruit.
Mm.
It
This is
like someone is trying to be like, well, you have to hold to traditions of hospitality. For those of you who are trained in history would see that this is just barely meeting.
Mm.
I
Okay.
continue to smile and act perfectly cordial.
Sure.
group huddle. I'm gonna
Mhm.
also cast Mage Armor somewhere in this, with the declaration of I don't think we're particularly welcome here.
Oh, clearly not.
I don't think that Gotaloth and this kingdom have a good relation any longer.
Well, they can't leave us sitting here forever. I suppose we should probably be making ulterior plans.
Mage
Yes, the
armor.
concern is what they're planning to do with us
Mm.
when they do
Look.
finally see us.
Oh, bold of them to assume they can.
Seeing everyone else do it, Carl casts Mage Armor too because he doesn't know any better.
Uh, this is what you do before you leave the Citadel. But
I like to save my
so
spell slots.
I talk to the guards and I say,
Well, right now
though-
there's no guards here.
oh, swag.
The lot of you were put into the room. The door was closed behind you, and you have been left, at this point in time now for a little over an hour. One person came in that had a little bit of food to offer. Again, just trying to meet the minimal of hospitality.
I mean, at the very least, they haven't been overtly violent with us.
I mean, as of right now, our affiliations are less than neutral. We should definitely work towards establishing better relations, or at very least expressing that though we are affiliated with Gotaloth, that we're here on a very particular mission that benefits all.
Implying that we are not further entrenched in the tower.
Exactly.
If we're going to use that talking point, I'm going to prefer that you say so. Because if I made the attempt to do that, that would be a lie.
My captain, my captain.
So
No, it's not that I have a problem lying, it's that I'm not good at it.
Oh, I have a +6 in deception.
Well,
I feel your pain IRL.
so all after about 2 hours of waiting, the door opens and a very well-groomed, very for lack of a better word, haughty looking cat comes prancing into the room. And you can see that it's got a collar around its neck, a little bell that only makes a ring every couple of steps, almost like it's random. Then you see or not see, but you hear kind of emanating from the collar, a voice that looks like it's trying to add some majesty to it. But it's like, the great Aramvar will now see you.
you are so cute. And I'm gonna pet the cat.
The cat looks a little indignant.
I know, I'm so sorry, but I can't stop.
So as you approach it, it literally like turns and lifts up its tail and begins like to lead you all away.
Oh, okay. I guess we don't get to see the toe beans.
Do you follow the cat?
I do follow the cat.
Indeed.
Of course.
I will take
I
this
love
time
black
to
cats.
cast my familiar, which is a gray cat.
You can't present a goth with a black cat and expect them not to pet it.
I'll cast my familiar, which is like a fluffy gray cat, and I'll hand it to Chess and be like, "There are toe beans on this."
I will absolutely pet your familiar. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So the cat leads you down several alleys, or not alleys, hallways within the citadel, and every so often, you come past a door where there are a couple stationed guards, and the cat nods at the guards, and they stand at firmer attention, almost as if like the cat has some kind of authority here.
I bet the cat's the wizard.
It goes off to the right and goes down a long corridor before it gets to a set of stairs. As it gets to the stairs, you notice that the decoration changes, as opposed to like the golds and blues that seem to relate more to the actual kingdom. It changes into like a softer blues and greens that don't necessarily match the decor as you begin winding up the staircase. You go up 3 flights of stairs before it comes to a door, and it kind of turns and kind of just sits up ever so regally, and it gestures at the door to its left.
Right, and I will head in that direction.
Go right in.
Where you go, I will follow.
And so what do we see as soon as we enter this room? Per se.
So as you enter into the room, it's everything that you would expect from a wizard's sitting room. You see rows and rows of books. You see that there's plenty of like magical accoutrement, and you see a man in pattern robes, hair pristine, sitting there at a desk, holding himself up as straight backed and high as he can, in his chair. And he's sitting there, his hands kind of folded out in front of him, as majestic as he possibly can.
So as someone that's been very familiar with RN, I guess what's to be expected of high class society, I quickly turn around to see if my party is equipped for this sort of engagement. Trying to quickly see if the robe is still tightly on Joshua's waist.
Oh, in the time since sobering up, Joshua will have taken care of himself.
Oh, good stuff. And I turn and to look at this feline, and say, I know that Gotalaf and the Citadel have maybe don't see eye to eye in everything that's been happening, but
Gives you a perplexed look.
you must have noticed magic is not exactly working the way it should.
Well, I mean, magic is a mystery to some.
But to us, we make it our life's work to understand it.
Is there something that you require? I was told that you have a writ that you requested a meeting with the great Aramvar.
And I turn to Chess.
Pretend it has words on it.
We got our permit here.
Yes, it says that you're coming here to seek an audience. examine the tablet?
Yes.
Well, the great Aramvar, he, again, just tries to, spin a little bit and allow you to view him more. Have
Love you, Frank.
been appointed as the Grand High Wizard here, and much of the dabblings of the previous Grand Wizard were mere drivel and weren't really necessary for that which I do.
I see.
So we cleaned house and got rid of it.
Where did you get rid of it to?
Why? Was there something of value?
Well, yes, very.
I'd be very interested to see your magical prowess as mages or wizards ourselves. I'm sure you could impress us with your abilities.
Well, I'm certain if you are indeed a wizard, then you would know that one does not just simply use magic to show off. That's just not the way of things.
Insight.
Oh, go for it.
I also want a persuasion.
18.
Yeah, this guy probably has some magic, but he's definitely lying about something.
I should never roll on D&D Beyond because my persuasion is an 8.
So the you're not
Actually,
persuade this guy to really go in the direction of hey, let me do this, especially granted the fact that this guy is trying to hold himself higher than he really deserves.
Can I interrupt? Because I actually was going to
Sure.
use my inspiration to re-roll
Sure.
that because I had words to go with that inspiration.
Oh yeah, go for it.
So I did a re-roll. I got a 13 plus 6, so it's 19.
Okay.
And I was gonna say, now, of course, that's the formal way, but just between us, you know that wizards do like to show off the things they've learned from time to time. And when you've gotten yourself to a position of court wizard, your magical prowess must be certainly impressive.
And well, of course, being the grand royal wizard that I am, I'm very sorry, but I don't know you from from anyone. Perhaps you are trying to cause me to weaken myself so that you could prepare an attack. And now I am less of a wizard than I need to be.
Chess just smiles and she says, "Oh, you are very wise indeed to know not to show off needlessly."
See, we have someone who is well versed in the practicality of things. But
Of course.
if you are indeed seeking something that used to be here, and there does seem to be a little bit of remorse, maybe not necessarily at the fact of what it is that's gone, but you said it has value. He could be entirely thinking from a monetary aspect that possibly could help out the kingdom or himself. You're not exactly certain. Well, there is a service that is known to be used on occasion that allows those with too much stuff that they don't want around to have it taken away. And it is run by the fine people over at Fausthaven, and it's generally referred to as the junkie.
Ed.
Yes? Yes, Robin?
Okay. Chess doesn't know this. I'm gonna calm down for a second. Okay. All right.
I told you I've been looking forward to this particular story arc for a long time.
In what direction do we need to go? Where do we need to be in order to get to this Faust Haven?
Well, it does have some bit of travel, unless, of course, you happen to just know how to magically fly or teleport to destinations unknown.
Who needs magic to fly?
Well, not somewhere that I've never been, certainly.
But you guys know that you could try to get a map, or you could go back to the Citadel and find out if there is a closer sigil to teleport to. But if somebody wants to make a history check to know how far of a distance it would be from Fausthaven to Dralic, or vice versa.
Me, I guess.
13.
22.
20.
I'm not even gonna try because I'm not from here.
So with a 19, you definitely know that if you rented or bought horses, you'd be traveling for several weeks.
Let's just go back to the tower.
Road trip. Oh, okay.
What were you going to say, Carl?
Road trip.
Are we wizards or are we cowboys?
I think in this case we're both.
Yippee-ki-yay, mother.
Well, you guys can go ahead and travel by horse if you want to. I'm going back to the tower.
No.
These boots were not
No.
made for walking.
And this
Weeks
butt was
on a
not made for
horseback.
riding on a horse.
Yes, that.
I could polymorph into a horse.
And
So,
I'm definitely not riding you.
It's gonna be a
So,
horse with peacock
as-
feathers.
as you depart, if anybody's proficient in insight, you can give me a roll.
12.
21.
Oh,
Alright.
got it.
So Ordo, when Phlox mentioned, the bad relationship with Gul Taloth, you're pretty sure he has no idea what that is.
I rolled a 1, so I'm pretty sure I was thinking about what wine collection a core wizard has access to.
Carl's pretty sure he's not actually a wizard. He's probably one of those like lowly sorcerers or warlocks or something like that.
Ew.
Or worse, a close-up magician.
Yeah, right. That's about what Joshua's thinking. He is the truest of charlatans.
Pick a card, any card.
Well, he might have some magic, he might not, but you're all pretty confident that he is nowhere near as powerful as any of you.
Have we left him yet?
Yeah.
To be honest, the whole time I was trying really, really hard not to show off.
Honestly, same, but flattery is smoother than the glass, or so the bards say.
Mhm.
Ugh, there's a charlatan when it comes to magic. The only thing
even
worse
know
than a
what he
bard is a hand magician man.
Person.
A ledger
Josh, I've
domain?
been drinking again.
No, I was thinking about drinking. That's all. I got a little distracted.
Going to draw a water skin out of my bag and place it in Joshua's hands. We can't afford to have you hungover.
Mm,
And I'm going back to the circle.
So you guys walk away, and you definitely get the eye from several guards. None are making a move to draw out weapons or follow you or what have you. The cat's bell does seem to chime every so often as it follows you back. And as you get to the summoning room, you definitely watch. And any of you want to make a perception roll? Feel free.
7.
18 with a -1.
Is that 18?
Yeah, I rolled a 19.
Oh,
but
nice.
yeah.
I
With-
don't have
with-
great perception.
With my
So-
+1, that's a 2.
11.
Typical Frag. So, Joshua, you get a sense that the cat certainly has more like you get a sense from looking at his eyes or their eyes that there's more to this cat, more intelligence than it's kind of letting on. As Chess cracks the stone and the teleportation magic surrounds all of you, and you're whisked away. You leave the kingdom of Dralik behind, and within a matter of less than 3 hours from the time you depart, you reappear back within the citadel.
As we appear, Carl's going, 10 gold says the cat's the real wizard.
I was gonna say, do I get the impression that the cat is smarter than the court wizard?
It's probable.
It's strange how much everyone seemed to distrust us. It could be one thing if this court wizard is just in a position of power and is trying to remove magic to elevate themselves, but
Are we the bad guys?
I feel like this particular matter is not actually our business.
no, perhaps not. Maybe it's a thing to tell Locke about, though, being that he seemed to have more connection with them.
We'll go find him, and I will open with, "We found the catch."
So you get the sense that Locke never left the room.
He just powered down.
No, I mean he was, sitting there looking through a book when you guys had left, and he looks up, and you get a sense that like real quickly he just moves his eyes and scans the five of you and gets a sense that there is no tablet here, and none of you are looking particularly excited in a vein of accomplishment.
That was not the summoning circle we were looking for.
As a matter of fact, the wizard that is currently serving as the court wizard in Dralik
He's a dick.
is a terrible charlatan, has no idea what he's doing, and junked the tablet.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, my listening holes, hearing correctly. Did you say that the wizard junked the tablet?
Yes.
He very clearly was quite dumb.
Straight inside the garbage.
We think that he might also have turned the previous wizard into a cat, although I don't really imagine that he would be capable of a polymorph that permanent. That is neither here nor there. The point is we need to go to Fausthaven.
You think you turned the wizard into a cat? I think other things.
You wish to go to Fausthaven.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Are you aware of such places?
All I know is that they have a higher than average percentage of tieflings.
Do you know why that is?
No.
Because it's a hella cool place.
Well, they do have linkages with the Hells.
That's what I said.
Ah. Well, this is going to be fun.
With a name like Fausthaven, I'm sure I'm not surprised.
Well, the origination of Fausthaven is, it's a city within the polar equator. Too many people were suffering from the cold, and they wound up making deals and deal after deal to get hellish energy for warmth. And eventually it stayed open. So there is direct passage from Fausthaven into the lower planes.
Okay.
Well-
Hopefully we won't have to go there. We're aiming for the junkyard.
That is, well, it's not a fabulous place, but significantly safer and less chance to have to deal with demons and devils and all manner of fiendish denizens.
Well,
Let's
we
just
will
hope. Go ahead.
go on.
Let's hope no one there has recognized the value of the tablet.
Well, that is going to be a bit tricky. There are a number of cunning and conniving creatures within the junkyard. They possess magical items from across different ages of the realm and have been known to barter and allow others access to. I think if they're aware of what it is, the cost will be very significant. If they don't know what it is, then your work will be hard to locate it. Our deals struck with kingdoms all over. The junkyard harpies and goblins whisk away stuff from all corners of the realm to see what can be made or done or found within the refuse, within that which is discarded.
So you're saying bring them trash?
I would say bring them trash, but bring them items of value as well. We'll have to step into the vault and find some things that were best saved for defending this place should something happen. But if that's the idea of what it is, then definitely think that you'll need to offer something of significance.
Hey, you guys got that cool rock thing from the Elephant Man? Maybe that's worth trading. Just saying.
Joshua, like,
As far as we were able to ascertain, it seems to give off a signal as if someone was trying to locate it. I particularly found that it was too dangerous to remain here. And since Avtok's master is no longer needed here, they have been sent off with it. They may do with it as they will, but I do not wish someone trying to seek the knowledge of this place, especially
Okay.
in the possession of an Illithid's pet.
There goes my one good idea for the session. Trying to get rid of it. It's already gone.
Sorry.
Hmm.
You look lost in thought there, Robin.
Oh, I was looking at my inventory to see if I had anything worth offering, and I don't.
Same.
Okay.
Wait, you have an inventory?
I have something called a rainbow fake rum.
I have an iron pot.
So you guys go, to the vault, and he grabs a couple of things. There's a pouch that's pulled off a shelf, and a helm that is beset with, gold and jewel decorations. Puts the helm into the pouch. Secure these on your person. Pouch is useful. I'm certain that you are all intelligent enough to realize when the pouch that's this big holds the helm that's this big.
Mhm.
You don't need to explain exactly what it is to you or those out there that are watching.
It's a stretchy sack.
That's exactly what it is. The stretchy sack. But before you begin speaking with denizens of the junkyard, make sure you're as careful as possible. The harpies love a good deal. They love to get one over on those that come in. But they are tricksy. You're yet again led out to the summoning sigil, or the sigil, I should say, and a rune, as has been done several times, is shifted to a different design. You're told that this is gonna port you into a clearing. It's probably about a 2-hour walk. You're gonna want to head southwest. Be a little bit cold, so be prepared for that. And you're whisked away. You find yourselves yet again
So
sprawling through the blackness. And this time, as opposed to entering a porthole that is dark, this time bright white. You land yourself surrounded by snow. Blasted clearing, stone, single stone, a good 10-foot wide. And as opposed to it being just drawn on, this is literally inscribed into the stone itself, the sigil that has teleported you here. You can see off to, the northeast direction, there is some large structure. Almost looks like a tower that is made to resemble a hand. But it is a good ways away, probably an hour or two's walk.
hmm,
You set your sights in that direction. Wind is rather calm, but it's there, giving a slight chill to the lot of you as you walk off, as you get closer and closer to this tower that looks like an arm. You can see that there are hills or mountains next to this tower. You get closer and closer. You can see that they're not actually hills and mountains, but piles and piles of things stuffed on top of each other. You swear that you see a rift open in the sky above it, and things rain down on top of it. You get closer, you can see that there's a large wall surrounding the whole complex, because it is indeed massive complex. And even though we're not quite at 10 o'clock, I think this is a perfect place to stop with the junkyard just in view, to kind of pick up on this fun little escapade next time. So, for those of you playing, those of you watching, thank you so much for tuning in for episode 16 of Untraditionally Arcane. I've been looking forward to the story arc for a little while because I absolutely adore Fausthaven and the junkyard. So I knew if we're gonna have a campaign that's gonna jump across fun locations within our world, this had to be one that I was gonna use. So it took 16 sessions just to kind of get what it is, but totally worth it in my opinion. So please go down to the description below, check out that link for Easy Roller Dice, add some awesome dice to your dice collection, find the one that fits your character or your preferred style. You got to check out the links to these awesome players and where you can be able to find them all over the internet. I'm absolutely thrilled to have them be a part of this game, to share their talents and their abilities with all of you out there. And it's hot, it's summertime, so we're gonna call it just a little bit early. So until next time, stay nerdy.
Stay nerdy.
Stay
Stay
nerdy.
nerdy. Stay nerdy.